Whew. Hi, welcome to DC Fan Gives Hope. The Facebook page on YouTube. Why do I say that? It's because there's a Facebook page on YouTube called DC Fan Gives Hope, which I am the editor of, and you can check it out yourself if you're on Facebook. So sort of news came to light that there's going to be sort of, the way Walter Amada is doing it, on which the way I see it, is there could be two universes. Two universes. One called DC Dark, and the other one something else. I don't know, maybe DCEU. Which is a good move, because there's all this stuff going on about, right? About, you know, the director handing in the script, you know, Matt Reeves handing in the script for Batman trilogy or whatever, and it's a younger Batman, and of course everybody jumped on the bandwagon. She's like, Ben Affleck is out. But if this was the case of these two universes, then that could fall under the young Batman, that could fall under the Dark universe. Where if they wanted to somehow be on a continuous line with, say, Aquaman and stuff like that, or Wonder Woman, and maybe do a Justice League movie, well, they can then go on to the other timeline, and that means there's good directors could come aboard. You know, like what we said before, Steven Spielberg, he may be doing a Black Hawk. Now, it's all hearsay, right? There's no guarantee that all of these directors are coming in, but this is, all we can do is just talk about what we've heard, okay? And we've all heard Steven Spielberg doing this, you know, Black Hawks or whatever. So it's an interesting way, because not only is it maybe two Batmans, hopefully, but there's all that talk about Joker, even though Joaquin Phoenix, who's said to be playing this other darker sort of role, origin story, like, that will probably fall under the DC Dark universe, and we'll have the other Joker, Jared Leto, doing the Suicide Squad too. So it makes sense, but how do you put that across to the general public? The general public's not going to know, right? The general public's going to probably ask people, why did we just see such and such playing Joker, then 2 months later, so what's happened? Did he just come in for the one movie? See, because not everybody follows social media. Not everybody follows the, you know, the backlash of any movie when it comes to heroes. You know, they'll sit and they'll watch, well, it's a Batman movie and that guy's the Joker, then a year later, what? To change the Batman? What happened before? You know, that's the pitfalls and how they're going to come across this. But I like to give a lot of respect to people out there, and that they can put all this stuff together themselves and find out. Seriously, I'm just watching these girls going to the scout hall. See, when I was a scout, right, it was all boy scouts and stuff like that. Now you get girls in it and stuff, and I mean, this happened long before all this movement going on, you know. I mean, all this women movement stuff, and I just feel like, you know, boys should be boys for a time, and you know, because they only joined because basically the girl guides was boring. They'll update the girl guides and make it more adventurous, or make it a wee bit like the scouts. You don't need to class these hormonal teenagers together at an early stage and go on camping trips, you know. But I could be old-fashioned way of thinking. Anyway, that's drifting off the subject. So yeah, I mean, it's Walter Amada has also been certified. He's now got, he's the producer or something, executive producer now. He's marked down as executive producer on Wonder Woman 2. So this will be the start of him being probably more involved in the DC films. You know, right now there's already those films that have been done, and you know, and just about finishing and whatnot, so you can't really just jump on board and start changing things, because I don't believe that's what Amada's agenda is, to jump on board and Scottish weather and change things. He wants to let the directors do the thing, you know, and this is a guy that's done well with The Conjuring, I think, those horror movies well. So you know, he's and what is I've heard is he hasn't just come in from the rain and started, right? He's been doing this for a couple of months, trying to juggle things and put things here and sort things out and get the DC back on track. Also, if there's two universes, you could say, you know, whereas, you know, the Zack Snyder cut and stuff like that, again, there's hints of that maybe ending up on the streaming line, you know, this DC universe, which I don't want. I want it to come out in DVD. I want other people to see it, because not everyone who watches DC movies will subscribe to a DC channel. They just watch it because it's a movie, right? Because it's superheroes, they'll just watch it, but they won't spend their money paying for other you know, DC's. I don't know, right? So I would rather have DVD extras, Zack Snyder talking and commenting about how he made this film, and because that's what was missing on the extras in Justice League. So yeah, I mean, it's comforting, because it's comforting to know that they have this plan, and it's different from the Marvel universe. He's also came out and said he doesn't want to put you know, which I've always wanted from Comic-Con, okay, was a time slate for every up-and-coming DC movie from here till the next 3 or 4 years. But this guy claims he doesn't, Amada doesn't believe in doing that. He believes in taking a film and spending his time and getting it right, rather than being bogged down and thinking, how's that going to gel in with this? And because that could also hamper the film process, and have directors or writers worried about how's it all going to connect in the next 3 or 4 years. But again, you could have that sort of team that will look at the two universes and you know, and a director come on board. Right, I want to use these actors because these actors have been done. This Wonder Woman and Superman and stuff, that's all in that universe, all waiting for any director to come on board to drive their next film. So there is good possibility that a director may come and want to do a trilogy of Justice League movies, which I'm crossing my fingers to. I am crossing my fingers that could be a possibility. That they can come in and make a trilogy of something that Zack really wanted to do, was make it, you know, he was wanting to do this Justice League Part 1 and Justice League Part 2. Well, with this now, he's a possibility of directors coming in and just grabbing these actors and doing it. Man of Steel 2, of course, will be in the DCEU universe, right? Because we're using Henry Cavill. Does that mean we could have 2 Superman movies and having somebody else to use it? I mean, you know, because we may have 2 Batman. So what would be the? See, I don't know. It's the more I think about it now, you know, 2 Supermen. The only sort of downside to that is somebody might prefer the other one, and you know, you'll have 2 teams of Superman. You know, I mean, some people still love Brandon Routh's version of Superman and the actor playing it, and you know, the film was just such a bad idea story-wise. I had no problem with Brandon Routh playing him. It was just too much like Christopher Reeve and too much of the same. But again, it's just this idea of somebody coming forward and bringing something different to the character, and then you will get other people saying, "Oh, see all the characters from DC Dark, I want them to mix in with the DCEU. It's a minefield. The more you sit down and think of the possibilities of what you can get for these two universes, it's mind blowing. But again, we have somebody in charge, somebody that sees a vision and has an idea of how to maintain and control these two universes, and sounding like, you know, you look at Wonder Woman 2, what sort of villains are in that? So he might be pulling up all these great villains, and all these host of characters that's in these DCU, and not having to touch the same character twice. I don't know, it's just minefield, and I just hope in the next at Comic-Con we get a sense of his idea and a sense of his plan and stuff, you know. But again, let's just be grateful that we've got the Justice League movie, we've had a Batman and Superman movie in our lifetime. But things are looking up, it's looking interesting, it's looking intriguing. So let us know in the comments below what you think. This is the button. Baby.